On September 12, 2 days after the presidential debate, Donald Trump announced that he would not participate in another debate against Kamala Harris. He suggested that she should instead focus more on her job as vice president. But the Harris campaign thinks that Trump might just change his mind, as he does that quite often. And they really hope that he does another debate with her, because Harris did such a wonderful job on September 10, defeating Trump by a clear margin. Harris arrived at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia for her debate against Trump with an unexpected move. She walked up to him, introduced herself, and shook his hand. With his 190 centimeter height, he towered over her, but it was Trump who seemed unsettled by her confident gesture. It set the tone for the rest of the night as Harris took command and she went on to dismantle her opponent. Initially, Harris appeared nervous as the debate started, as she is not always at her best without a teleprompter. She loves her scripted appearances, but this was not. But about 15 minutes into the debate, she found her footing. She adopted a strategic approach using 4 key tactics: baiting Trump into going off topic, discrediting him by highlighting his inadequacies, skillfully avoiding detailed explanations of her own record, and then going on the offensive with her strongest subject, that is abortion. The baiting tactic was particularly evident during the discussion on immigration, an issue where many voters tend to side with Trump. Harris criticized Trump for undermining a bipartisan border deal and then mocked his rallies as boring, saying people left them early. She also mentioned his bizarre fascination with Hannibal Lecter and his strange claims about windmills causing cancer. Trump immediately took up the bait, launching into a lengthy defense of his rallies, saying his rallies were incredible and the most popular rallies in the US. Even when the moderators tried to steer him back to the topic, Trump continued rambling about his events, slipping into an absurd conspiracy theory about immigrants in Ohio abducting pets and eating them. Next, Harris took aim at Trump's character. She pointed out that many of his former close allies, his chief of staff, his national security advisor, and his defense secretary, and all of them now openly oppose him. Then on foreign policy, Harris said world leaders were laughing at Trump, adding that if he were president now, Putin would already be in Kiev with his eyes set on Poland. And then Harris played to the Polish American community in Pennsylvania, asking how Trump would explain his cozying up to autocrats like Putin. And she taunted him again, saying that Putin would eat him for lunch. Trump tried to salvage the moment by claiming respect from world leaders, but his example, Hungarian President Viktor Orban, only gave Harris more ammunition to highlight Trump's affinity for dictators. Harris didn't stop there, ridiculing Trump's business failures and bankruptcy filings despite inheriting $400 million from his father. She even threw in a line from his reality show Apprentice, saying Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people, referring to the number of people who voted for Joe Biden in the 2020 presidential elections. When the debate shifted to abortion, Harris shone. Trump struggled to provide coherent answers, making exaggerated claims, unfounded claims about Democrats supporting abortions late in pregnancy and even after birth. He boasted about his role in overturning Roe versus Wade, but Harris passionately countered Trump's arguments with the tragic story of a woman in Oklahoma who was denied life-saving care due to restrictive abortion laws. Trump, meanwhile, floundered when asked about his stance on a national abortion ban, even contradicting his own running mate, Senator J.D. Vance. Throughout the night, Harris carefully and cautiously avoided diving into deep policy discussions, particularly around her own record as vice president to Joe Biden. She chose instead to keep the focus strictly on Trump. She framed herself as the candidate of change, distancing herself from both Joe Biden and Trump, and appealing to swing state voters by positioning herself as part of a new generation of leadership. In a snap poll conducted immediately after the debate, 43% of the respondents declared Harris as the winner of the debate, compared with 28% for Trump. However, While Harris clearly won the debate, it doesn't guarantee victory for her in the November election. She avoided discussing critical issues like the economy and immigration in detail, where Trump still maintains an edge. Additionally, she sidestepped the question of whether Americans are better off now than 4 years ago. Still, Harris and her team hope her debate victory will sway enough swing state voters to propel her to success on November 5.